Welcome back, everybody. Wanted to do another video showing a couple of the upgrades that we purchased. So we have gotten into the Fanatec ecosystem, moving out of the Thrustmaster into the Fanatec ecosystem. There we go, that's probably better. So starting over here, we have the Clubsport Shifter. It's got a 8-speed plus a sequential that you can just flip, and it's supposed to feel really good, much better than the two current ones. We have just the cheap little like $60-70 Amazon one that is, you know, metal construction. It's pretty good. Not very refined, but it does have a nice big, it does have you know, good clunky feel. I've got it set up in the sequential right now, but like you can see those ball bearings down there working, so like, it definitely, you know, has a good clunk to it compared to something like well, this actually has a good clunk to it because I turned the resistance all the way up, but this is the Thrustmaster TH8S instead of the TH8A, the TH8S. It's alright, you know, for the $70 or whatever. Mainly got it because it was Thrustmaster, wanted to stay in the Thrustmaster ecosystem, plus I just like that shift knob. So, you know, $70, just buy a shift knob. Not the smartest, but it's pretty good. Plus I wanted to be able to leave this one as a sequential, and then have this one as the H pattern, and so that way I didn't have to like swap out or change anything. But if it's going to be as easy with the new shifter as just flipping a switch on the bottom, then that means I can get rid of both of these, free up some space in there. The e-brake, the flight stick / e-brake is probably going to stay until I might buy a Fanatec e-brake. Those are only like $200, I think I saw. And that'll get replaced with the new wheelbase. That's the CSL DD. And then that's the steering wheel, the P1V2, just the basic, like, super entry level. But it's going to be 300 mils, which is going to be bigger than this guy. And that's going to be this right here. The Thrustmaster is like 3.9 to 4 Newton meters of torque. And this would normally be 5 Newton meters of torque. But then we got this guy, which is the Boost Kit 180, which boosts this up to 8 Newton meters of torque. So it'll be 8 Newton meters with a 300 millimeter rim. Circular rim, because I mainly do a lot of drifting and, you know, just street car driving. I don't do a lot of open wheel and what's the other open wheel and like prototype. That's the damn, couldn't think of the word. That's ever happened to you? So irritating. Anyway, got the CSL pedals, the cheapo entry-level pedals, but I bought the Load Cell brake pedal. So the brake pedal that's on here will get moved to the clutch, and then this will, I'll probably do something with the rubber bushings and all the stuff in there to make it feel like a brake. Probably reduce all that down because that's going to be the new clutch, and then put the load cell in. But the load cell wasn't shipped with this shipment. I'm still waiting for that to get here. So this is everything that I have so far. Last thing we're waiting for is the load cell brake pedal that will get added to that kit. And when that comes in, I'm going to set everything up and replace this guy here, the Thrustmaster T300 RS. And then I have replaced my seat. Used to have that guy there from a Honda Insight. Pretty good, you know, not a bad seat. I liked it a lot. But I wanted, I kept thinking of what I would have to do to make these pockets in the in that seat to make them smooth for the shoulder straps to run through the seat. And so I was just like, you know what, I just want to get a much lighter seat for this, since the surge, you know, has to move the entire frame. This seat being light is now relevant and important. So got a new seat, but since I did all the work to make the rails set, I've already got them, you know, in the holes drilled and everything to install it on this base, and I already had my flight sim thing set up. I'm not sure if you guys saw this rendition of it, but basically I had a bolt on there. I cut that bolt off and then welded a square tube, solid square stock on there, and then the flight stick is actually over here, and that is just on a plate that is welded onto L bracket, and then this sits on top of that bar stock that's on there, and it has a little set screw so I can tighten it and set it down if I need to. So that's now metal and permanent mounting. Got away from the wood. The side mount, that actually I need to cut this off. Cut this off right here and move this entire thing back an inch or two, or forward, sorry. I need to move it forward an inch or two because I need to move this back. Because when I got the new seat, I mounted it onto these rails. These aren't the rails that came with it. This is the rails that came on that Honda Insight seat. But I cut them off of the Honda Insight seat, and then this seat didn't come with its center bar to mount its two rails, which is fucking annoying. So I couldn't use those rails anyway unless I manufactured my own center bar, because people can't include everything in the fucking shipment these days, I guess. So I just decided to swap them over and just mounted these plates directly onto the rails for the old seat, and it still works and slides up, slides back. But I took the opportunity to move the seat back. So normally this part of the seat would probably be like up here at least. This was like you would have to reach under the seat here to grab this bar. Now this bar is way in the front. Move that way in the back, just kind of help with weight distribution. So now if I slide the seat all the way back, you can tell that the rider's weight is now far behind the U-joint. And so if the motors are struggling to hold someone's weight up because they're too far forward and it's putting too much weight on the motors, then I can slide that back. And then I would have to figure out a way to get the pedals closer to them if they were short. But essentially this is to accommodate long people, which is why it's so far back. And to convert it to its flight form, the rudder pedals go down in here instead of being like closer up here. And so your feet, you basically have to have this chair all the way in its back position to do its flight mode, just because of where I have the rudder pedals currently mounted. But since all of this is going away, those pedals are going away, the steering wheel's going away, both of those shifters are going away, and then all of my Fanatec stuff is going to get mounted in there. So I'm going to have to rebuild a mount for the wheel hoop to suit the Fanatec, rebuild a mount for the pedals, for the new Fanatec pedals after I get that load cell pedal in and get those built. And I'm going to try and get them... Do I want them further up? I think I might want them up and out, because right now it very much feels like when you're sitting in it, this would be a lot closer. About there. When you're sitting in like that, it very much feels like you're driving a semi-truck, because the footwell's so deep. When you go to sit in and when you're just like sitting in it, your legs are from there all the way down to there. So it just feels like you're driving a semi-truck. Except when you get inside VR and then you're on side of a racetrack, like that part doesn't feel like a semi-truck. It just, if you were to focus on how your legs are positioned compared to like a GT car or something, that's not the correct seating position. But I tried to canter the seat back as far as possible. It's only got three, there it is, 3 mounting holes there and 3 mounting holes there. So it's on the furthest one down there and the furthest top one there. To give it a little angle instead of being flat, give it a bit of an angle. I'd like it to be more angled, but running into the limitations of that seat can only go so far till it touches the rails. So, we'll see about that, working that seating position out. Currently, the seatbelt system I have set up is just 2 bungees around that center neck there, and so you don't feel any braking from it sliding and moving forward. You don't feel any of that, but when it actually tilts, you actually do feel braking a little bit that way. But it's so crazy and moves around so much that you don't notice that it's whether or not you feel braking on the shoulders, because it's just throwing you around so much that the shoulder harness is always tugging on you in some way. So, wanted to show the upgrades. Super happy about that. Wish they would have shipped all of it together, but whatever. We'll start tomorrow on removing all the Thrustmaster stuff and redoing the mounts to get the Fanatec stuff set up. And I just got the motion simulator back up and working. I've got some craziness happening with the potentiometer down here, but basically the negative lead, this negative lead here, was cut from me moving it, and so whenever you would move the wire at all, the potentiometer signal would just go fucking crazy, and it's doing that in game. So you'll be driving and then this side will just kick up or kick down or do something crazy that's very unexpected, and it throws you off a lot in VR. So that's the latest update. Gonna get all that mounted. After I get it mounted, do another video. Probably do a video of me driving. Want to do a video of me flying, get the flying stuff set back up now that the sim's fixed. So keep an eye out for those videos. Talk to you guys later.